Hello guys, Rangarajan here and welcome to my another tutorial video of God of War, where I go through all the moveset and combos of a weapon so that it will help you to play the game. In my first video I covered the movesets of the Leviathan Axe. I have given the link in the description, you can go and check that out. Now this video is going to be about the Blades of Chaos. Yes, as I mentioned in the title, there is Blades of Chaos in the game, and now if you don't want to see its appearance or see its moveset and you accidentally stumbled upon this video and you don't want to get spoiled, I give you 3 seconds of time so that you can just quit the video. Okay, now that you're here, let's start with the video. So as you can see here, this is the Blades of Chaos and it's back with a bang. It's really awesome to use this weapon. Though it has a less number of movesets than the Leviathan Axe, it's very good utility weapon when you're surrounded by a lot of enemies, and it will be very helpful in that case. So let's get to the basics. R1 is a light attack, R2 is a heavy attack, and then the basic combo of R1 is 5 times R1. This is the basic combo of R1, and the basic combo of R2 is 3 times R2. Now you can change the R2 at any time into the R1 combo. Now there is a very special attack, that is, if you press R1 4 times and then press R2, it will be a very powerful attack. There you go. This is like the ultimate damage attack by pressing R2 after 4 times of pressing R1. These are the light and heavy combos. Now let us go to the charging attacks. Now if you hold R1, you will do a sweeping slash that hits all of the enemies around Kratos. Next, if you hold R2, you will do a ground slam that will launch enemies into the air. This will launch enemies into the air. The next, for the sprint attacks, if you sprint and press R1, it will be a light attack, and sprint and press R2, it will be a heavy attack. This is very similar to the Leviathan Axe. That is sprint and R1. Now for sprint and R2, this is sprint and R2. Now the next is the evade attacks. Same similar to the Leviathan Axe. If you forward evade and press R1, that's one move, and if you backward evade and press R1, that's another move. Now first let's forward evade and then press R1. This is the forward evade move. Now for the backward, this is for the backward. These two are like very good if you want to reposition at the same time, not let the enemies come near you. Now the next set of attacks is the aiming attacks. So with the axe you can throw and get it back, but with the blade it's little different. What you can do is you can pull enemies towards you, or you can kind of do a sweeping attack. First thing is let's go for the pulling enemies. Now if you hold L1 and then press R1, you will pull enemies towards you. Since there is no enemies here, I'll just do on this statue. This will pull the enemies. Now without pulling, if you hold R1, you'll kind of send a blast to the enemy that will make them burn with fire. For this you have to just hold L2 and then hold R1. The next is the sweeping attacks. So if you hold L2 and then press R2, you will do a sweeping attack that will make enemies burn with fire. With the same thing, if you charge it more, it's more burn damage. You can charge it by holding R2. This is more burn damage. So that covers the aiming attacks. Now let's go for the stance. So the stance here, it's a little bit different from the Leviathan Axe because it's kind of an infinite stance attack. I'll show you how. So first, to go to stance, you press either L R1 or R2 and then pause for a moment. Your blade will burn. This is the indication that you can switch stances now. Same for R2. Now after switching the stance mode, if you press R1 it's one set of attacks, and if you press R2 it's another set of attacks. First let's go for the R1 attacks. Now this is a very long attack. You have to keep on pressing R1 to do this attack, and the thing is that you can keep on chaining this attack for, you know, after the stance comes. I'll show you. See, you can just pause for a second, go to stance again and keep on doing this. This is very good when you are kind of dealing with the single enemies and you want to keep on doing them damage, and over time this will also stun them, so it's very good for single target. Now let's go for the stance R2 attacks. If you press R2 once, you will do this kind of this triple attack, and after this attack if you press R2 again, you will kind of do a bomb attack. Sorry, let me do that again. See that last bomb, it was the R2 again. There you go. These are the stance attacks. Now similar to Leviathan Axe, you can switch to stance from any point of your combo. For example, I am doing 3R1 here. Go back to stance again, and you can combine the stance R1 with the R2, so it says you can chain it just like the Leviathan Axe. So that's it for the Blades of Chaos moves. As I said in the beginning, it's a little less moveset when compared to the axe, but it's very good for utility and crowd control. And another point to be noted is I have completely upgraded my Blades of Chaos to the full. Only then all these moves will work. Otherwise you will see a lesser version of the moves with less damage and less number of, you know, moves. So keep in mind that in order to see all of these moves you have to upgrade it fully. Thanks for watching, and I hope this will help you in your journey. And like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel, share it along with your friends. Thank you for watching again.